unicorns, they are born, they are haunting and fluffy and made of magic. I want to find a unicorn and float down a river of fruit salad.
Good evening, unicorn enthusiasts. I didn't really know what to do for a video today, so I decided that I would just tell you a story, a funny story from high school. So in high school, I was very involved with my choir all 4 years. I think my senior year I was in 4 of our 5 choirs, so I was really, really involved. And during the summer, leading into my senior year of high school, we ended up selling fireworks. While we were there, we were just bored and didn't have anything to do until my friend Angelica texted me and was like, I'm on my way, I'm gonna come visit you. And we were all excited, and so we were like, yay, Angelica. And she finally gets there, and she was asking about our friend Chris and whether or not he was gonna be there. And we were like, well, no, he's not gonna be here because he's packing for stupid Europe. And she was all upset that he wasn't gonna be there. But then we found out that he might show up a little bit later just to check on things, make sure they was all going all right. She kept talking about this list that she was going to give him, and we were like, what are you talking about? What list are you going to give him? And she was like, well, it's the list of things I want from Europe, of course. And we were like, oh, that's a really good idea. We should make a list too. So we just started like going through this list of things that we wanted from Europe, and it was like t-shirts and keychains and just stupid souvenir things like that. But then it kind of hit us after about an hour of making these lists that we didn't really want any of those things at all, and because we were all single, all we really wanted were men. And so we started going through and making these massive lists of requirements for the men that we wanted Chris to bring us back from Europe. And so Chris finally gets there, and he goes down the list, and one of the requirements was he had to be tan. And so he was like, why does he have to be tan? What's with that? And we're like, well, we just really like tan people in general. Not only in the opposite sex, but also on ourselves. We just like tan people. And he was like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. And we're like, you know what? We're from little tiny town in Oregon where there is absolutely no diversity, and no one even knows what an African American hardly is in this town because we're just a bunch of white hicks. That's all this town is. It's ridiculous. And so right about that time, an African-American gentleman left Fred Meyer's, and so I just sarcastically make the comment, and I'm just like, oh look, Chris, see, look, that's an African-American, aren't they attractive? So somehow from that single comment, he gets the idea that the man that I want him to bring me from Europe has to have red hair, purple eyes, he has to be African, he has to be Scottish, and only wears a kilt, and his name is Lionel Schmeedly. This was probably 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago, and everyone is still ranting on about how Lionel is my soulmate. Oh, another thing that they did. They threw me a freaking bachelorette party in the same Fred Meyer parking lot that he was created in a year later. Like, a bachelorette party. Like, they went and got decorations and everything. Then, they went and put pictures on Facebook, and I had multiple people come up to me and apologize for not making it to my bachelorette party. If you look at my face in any of those pictures, I look so pissed off. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I missed your bachelorette party. I'm such a bad friend, blah, 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 blah. I didn't even know you were engaged. And I'm like, guys, this is for a fictional person. He doesn't exist. So I thought I'd just tell you all about Lionel's creation and how ridiculous he is. I hope you hate him as much as I do. Goodbye, unicorn enthusiasts, and thank you for bearing with this very poorly told story. I love you all.